Comparing and contrasting. Mastery of comparatives and superlatives in English. Hello learners, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to explore a crucial aspect of the English language, comparatives and superlatives. This is a key skill to master, especially when you're describing and comparing things or materials. So, let's dive right in. Comparatives in English are used to compare differences between the two objects they modify: larger, smaller, faster, higher. They are used in sentences where two nouns are compared. Adjectives with one syllable form their comparative by adding "er". For instance, tall becomes taller, and fast becomes faster. Adjectives with three or more syllables form their comparative by adding "more" before the adjective. For example, beautiful becomes more beautiful, and interesting becomes more interesting. Now, let's see how we can use these comparatives in sentences. John is taller than Paul. Here we're comparing the height of two people. This book is more interesting than the one I read last week. In this sentence, we're comparing two books. Moving on to superlatives. They are used to describe an object which is at the upper or lower limit of a quality: the tallest, the smallest, the fastest, the highest. Adjectives with one syllable form their superlative by adding "est". For instance, tall becomes tallest, and fast becomes fastest. Adjectives with three or more syllables form their superlative by adding "the most" before the adjective. For example, beautiful becomes the most beautiful, and interesting becomes the most interesting. Let's see how we can use these superlatives in sentences. John is the tallest in his class. Here we're comparing John's height with everyone else in his class. This is the most interesting book I've ever read. In this sentence, we're stating that out of all the books we've read, this one is the most interesting. When it comes to objects and materials, we can also use comparatives and superlatives to describe and compare them. Steel is harder than iron. Here, we're comparing the hardness of two materials. Gold is the most expensive material in the jewelry store. In this sentence, we're stating that among all materials in the store, gold is the most expensive. Well, there you have it, folks. We've gone through the basics of using comparatives and superlatives in English, especially when we're describing and comparing objects and materials. Practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to use these in your daily conversations. We hope this lesson has been helpful for you. Stay tuned for more English language learning videos. Happy learning!